Video 5, Unit 8. Assalamu alaikum, my dear all students. I hope you all are fine and in good health. Today I'm going to discuss Unit number 8, The Beauty of Kashmir. Let's discuss the objective of this lesson. We will do how and I will explain you how to write simple descriptive paragraphs. Let's start. Before going to discuss about the how narrative paragraphs, what is a narrative? First, I need to explain it. You must have an understanding about what is a narrative. Look at this on the board, students. A narrative paragraph tells a story or an event. It could be a tale, novel, or any social event. The story events should be arranged chronologically. Time order, for example, tell from the start to the end. That is in the order in which they have happened. Now, you might have an understanding what is a narrative because we already have learned that the narrative tells about a story or an event that is in a sequenced or in a chronological order. So, what are the features? What a narrative paragraph must have? And students, you all must have in your mind, in your knowledge, whenever you start writing a narrative paragraph or anyone. So, see this. A narrative paragraph must have a central idea. What is central idea? Do you have an idea about it? A central idea what the story is about. Then every narrative story or a narrative paragraph has some characters. Characters, who is about? Who are the characters that playing an active role in your any narrative story or any paragraph? Now, next point is very important, a plot. A plot is actually a setting in which you describe obviously these things along with the conflict, any kind of complication, any climax and resolution. That is the end part of the story and event that is very important. Don't forget to write the obviously the end of the story, the resolution of the event or a story. And the last one, the setting, when and where story happens. Obviously, the location must be written here and must be mentioned here in your paragraph whenever you're writing a narrative. So, students must take in account of these. You must have an idea about that whenever you start writing a narrative of your own in your own words. So, this is the basic criteria. I'm again repeating one. Narrative story tells about a story or an event. Basically, it could be anyone. Like if you're writing about a narrative by reading a novel or something like, it may be an actual event when you are, whatever you experiencing, what you have experienced. You can also write it on this. Then, obviously, it must be in a chronological order. Like where it has started, what are the sequences, and when it is ended. So you must keep in your knowledge. Now I'm erasing this part in your book. I hope now you are able to write a narrative. Yes, tell me, are you able now to write a narrative by taking into account the steps that I already have discussed with you? Yes. You must try it. Now in your book, look at page number 86, students. Write a short narrative paragraph on a visit to the historical place. A narrative paragraph on what topic? A visit to the historical place. Now, keep in account the basic things that we already have discussed about. We need to discuss about the characters, the settings, the plots. We have already discussed about that. Now, this narrative, I just have written, I'm writing for there as a sample for you. But you all please do write it your own, and obviously by taking in account all the concepts regarding the narrative writing, you must write in your own words, and do check it by your parents or your teacher what you have written in this, so you have a better idea about it. So I'm writing here, for example, we know that a plot one, you need to plot, settings, characters, conflicts, and the theme. Obviously, the theme is obviously a visit to the historical place. Now I'm writing here, last week we set out an adventure. Now I'm writing, obviously, the plotting. I'm plotting and setting the characters. First, we wanted to see a historical site. Okay. Now, obviously, I'm explaining the characters also. Obviously, in this character, I'm also being a part of that one. So, I'm also character. So, I suggested to visit the tomb of Jahangir. I already mentioned you that don't forget to mention obviously the place, the setting areas in which that whole event is conducted. So I already mentioned the tomb of the Jahangir. It's a famous tourist destination in our city. Now I'm going to explain that one, what kind of a place it is, why it is so famous. And then my friend borrowed his bike so that we could drive there. Now you can see that we already have discussed that in a plot. We discuss about any kind of a conflict, any resolution, any kind of thing that is important. So here it is that we don't have a bike. Then one of our friend borrowed his bike. So this is a part of a climax. So I'm writing here. Then we walked outside the museum with excitement. First of all, we had a look at the tomb of Jahangir and marveled at its beauty. For your help, listen, I'm writing here. We need, don't forget to write the plot, obviously including the settings. Then the characters, you must define that one. Then any kind of conflict, students. It depends upon either you are writing on a fiction story or a non-fictional story. Number 5 is obviously wrap up. And in the first one, you need to write the theme of that one. So here I'm continuing that one. It is located near Shadra in Lahore. The Grand Mausoleum is an excellent example of the style and art of Mughal architecture. You should. Now, what we need to now end this, wrap up this narrative paragraph in which you describe and to ask other people why you should visit this place and what are the actual, why do you like this place. Explain that one with the ending them and inviting all others to you must visit that place again. So I'm wrapping up this with you should visit it as well. A full stop is here. Now the tombs are very well maintained. The tombs are very well maintained and they offer a glimpse into the culture of Mughals. So here we need to wrap up to tell their obviously the readers to grab the attention of the readers that they should visit that place again. And at the end of the you need to write your experience, your personal experience. Either you like that place or not one, and you offer others one to visit that place again or not. So this is the ending, proper ending wrap up of the narrative writing. So I'm again reading this one for your help so that you may have an idea about that one. But please students, don't forget this plot theme. Don't forget to write the theme of that one. Whenever you're writing on a narrative, please don't forget to mention the plot, the settings, the characters that they are obviously playing the role in your, and you, it depends upon you, either you writing a narrative on a fictional story or a non-fictional one. So then after that, please make up some like extending your narrative, some kind of addition with some kind of resolution, conflicts and some kinds of things that you need to edit that one. And at the end, you need to end the proper wrap up of that one. Either you're explaining that one in a form of your liking and in the form of your disliking. So it depends upon you what you experienced actually in this. So I'm reading that one again. Last week, we set out an adventure. We see, well, first, we wanted to see a historical site. So I suggested to visit the tomb of Jahangir. It's a famous tourist destination in our city. My friend borrowed his bike so that we could drive there. We walked outside the museum with excitement. First of all, we had a look at the tomb of Jahangir and marveled at his beauty. It is located near Shadra in Lahore. The Grand Mausoleum is an excellent example of the style and art of Mughal architecture. You should visit it as well. The tombs are very well maintained, and they offer a glimpse into the culture of Mughals. So here I included all the part. I explained the characters, I explained the plot settings, I explained the kind of a conflict and resolution, and I also explained the proper wrap up of that narrative. So this is all about. Please do write it in your own words by grasping the concept from here, and write it in your own words and check by your parent or your teacher. I hope this video will be quite helpful. This lesson will be quite helpful for you. Thank you very much.